things from the past, but they are things that are hindering our future. Limiting belief that you can't stick to diets. Well, that's a load of rubbish, isn't it? You could if you found the right one and you had the big enough reason why and the support around you to make it work and a bit of a kick up the arse, it would work. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. A limiting belief will keep you in your comfort zone. And it's a phrase we've all heard, but ultimately, nothing changes in your comfort zone. If you want something in your life to change, genuinely, if there's something in your life you're not happy with, maybe it is your body, maybe it's your physique, maybe it's your body fat levels, maybe it's your health, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's your work. If there's something in your life that you're not happy with, it's down to you to fucking change it. No one else is going to come along and, there's no knight on a white horse coming to save you. It's not happening. You've got to sort it out yourself. So to do this, you need to grow out of your self-limiting beliefs. I see these in business, people thinking that they can't achieve certain levels of business, or they can't achieve certain levels of strength, or they can't achieve certain levels of whatever it might be. Within reason, get a load of this. If in reason, another human being has done something, then why can't you? Now, of course, there are certain things that other people have done that you won't be able to do. Probably someone like Usain Bolt can probably run the 100-meter sprint faster than you ever will. Granted, there are things out there that you're never going to be able to do. But for the most part, if someone out there has achieved something, then it means it's possible. And why would it not be possible for you? Just because you think it isn't? Because you've told yourself it isn't? Because you've got a bullshit story and a limiting belief that you can't do this? You carry on believing those stories and those limiting beliefs and be happy being unhappy. Probably. Be happy not achieving your true potential. Now, just imagine, X amount of years down the line, you're laying there on your deathbed, having lived the life inside your bullshit stories and your limiting beliefs. And the last person that walks in is the version of you that dealt with the bullshit stories and broke out of their limiting beliefs. And you get to spend an hour talking to them. Now, just imagine you get to see the person you could have become, the version of you that grew to the potential that you had, because you've got the potential. You've just got to move these things aside to be able to go and actually follow it. I'm not saying that path is going to be easy. It's not. It's going to be littered with failure. Failure only means one thing. You're fucking trying. If you're not failing at things, you ain't trying. You're not trying hard enough. Think about that. Get used to learning to fail. And then the phrase is fail forward. Fail and fall forward. Don't fail and fall backwards and be like, oh, well, I failed. This is now a belief that I can't do something. Fail and go, right, well, this is, okay, I've worked out that this thing doesn't work. What would be the next best option? What's a version of that thing that I can now go and try and do that will move me forward? You must, honestly, you must be continually trying to strive forward. So let's delve a little bit further into some strategies. So what can you do to fix these things? So one, do a little something that scares you every day. Do a little something that scares you every day. In other words, do something out of your bloody comfort zone every day. Could be anything. Who knows what that might be? For a lot of people, that's doing something like this, maybe talking in public, maybe, seeing if you can go a little bit further without drinking alcohol. See if you can go a little bit further, sticking to a nutrition plan. Oh my God, I don't know if I can get past that 2-week mark. What happens the other side of that? Fucking try. Do a little something that scares you every day. Push yourself knowingly out of your comfort zone. Find the thing that scares you, go and do it a little bit more. That's the only place progress is made. Where something feels like it's the unknown, it's scary, that you might fail. Yeah, it's all of those things. And so fucking what? Go and do them. If you say you can't, therefore you must. This is not my saying. This is Ben Pekulski. I've heard him say this first on his podcast. It's a cracking saying. If you can't, therefore you must. Because if you go through your life saying, I can't do that, then that's it. That's you. Well done. good luck boxing yourself into that little prison. When you say, oh, I could never do that, oh, fuck, now I've got to go and do it. Now you've got to go and do it. Whatever that thing might be. Oh, do you know, I could never run a marathon. Oh shit. Now you got to go and do it. Prove to yourself. And maybe not just to yourself. What about your kids? What about your family? What about the people who are watching you? If they see, if you're out there and you've got kids and at the moment, say they're, I don't know, anywhere between, goodness, 5 and, I don't know, late teens, they're watching you. You're their leader. Behavior breeds behavior. Do you want that? Do you want your kids to grow up thinking, oh, I'll just, not really try? My parents, my dad, my mom, they just sort of seem to hold themselves back. So clearly they played it safe and that's the way to do it. Do you want that for them? Or do you want them to try everything possible to be the best and everything that they could possibly be? You would. So fucking start yourself. You need to start doing that. Show them how it's done. All right? Get comfortable with the feeling of feeling uncomfortable. The feeling of feeling uncomfortable doesn't mean you're dying. It just means it's uncomfortable. But you do it often enough, and guess what? Suddenly it's comfortable. Why? You've just expanded your comfort zone. Never self-deprecate. Never talk yourself down. Okay, don't do exactly the opposite and talk yourself up to the point where you're arrogant. But there's a big difference between what most people do to themselves and people who are arrogant. There are not many arrogant people walking about. There are a lot more people who are like, oh, woe is me, talking myself down. I can't do that. I'm not worthy of this. I could never achieve that. I see far more of that. And I'm like, fucking hell, yeah. Like you tell yourself these things enough, and that's your life. Like, good luck being unhappy. Your body does not know if you're joking about, oh, fucking hell, I could never do that. Like, your body doesn't know. You've got to understand that those vibes that you're kicking off become your reality. The world which you live in is just your perception of the world. It's just your perception. The world is, I've said this before, the world is not the same for everybody. Everybody's perception of the world is different. So if you want to change your world, you change your perception. Get rid of the bullshit stories. Get rid of the limiting beliefs. So hopefully that has helped a few people out there today. I found that one. I found these things super useful when I first learned about them, and hopefully you found that useful. 5-star review, please, and thank you. Subscribe to the podcast and follow the link in the show notes. And all the best of luck to you. Outside of that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Catch you on the next show.